Hello everyone, Maxis back here, and welcome to the Let's Play of Black and White. Last time, we battled and defeated the Striaton City gym leader. We battled and defeated Chili. If you picked a different starter, you might be fighting a different gym leader. And we went over to the Dream Yard. I have actually left the Dream Yard, and we met up with a scientist named Fennel. She was wanting to get some Dream Mist from Pokemon called Munna, and Team Plasma was, how shall we say, mucking up the works, and also wanted a Munna for themselves for Dream Mist. We helped Fennel get her Dream Mist, and now she told us to go visit her in her house. So let's go up here and see where she is. Unless we haven't already done this, I already know if we did it. Ta-da! Thanks to you, I got some Dream Mist. Now I can collect save files for various trainers. You want to tell her, or should I? Thank you so very much. As a token of my appreciation, I'll give you this C-Gear to use. The C-Gear is a device which is related to communications, such as infrared connection or Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. Yeah, this doesn't work anymore. And I don't really have the heart to tell her that because she just gave us something free and we helped her. Warning, please turn the C-Gear off in places such as airplanes or hospitals where wireless communication is prohibited. I'm not gonna turn this thing on, mostly because it kills your battery just a little faster, and I don't really want to be killing my battery any faster than I need to. Button on the C-Gear, touch the symbol at the bottom right of the screen. Turn the power on to the power. If you touch the question mark icon at the bottom right of the screen, you can read about the C-Gear. About Game Sync. I'd like to explain a little more about the Pokemon, about the system to collect trainer save files. Do you have time to learn more? We do, but this is a more or less defunct mechanic, so I don't really see the need to go over this. I am sorry, I'm so happy, so I'll explain about... You think you could do such a... You didn't even bother to have us. We just said we don't have time for this. So you could be very well wasting our time, Fennel, by having us do this and standing here. Now, a game has retrieved memories from Sleeping Pokemon using Dream Mist. That's right, we collect save files from trainers all over the world. Once more, what we learned, if you use Game Sync to make a Pokemon sleep, you'll have dreams. When you wake a Pokemon, its dream will become reality in a place called Entralink in the middle of the Unova region. Isn't Game Sync interesting? If you like, please send your save files. I have summed up the details on the PC, so please check if you have a chance. We're not going to be doing this because, again, defunct mechanic. I don't really see a need of going over this, and this was an online feature and an area where this is just now dead. Amanita, oh, trainer, thank you very much for helping us, Fennel. Oh, this is from me, please take it, don't be shy. She gives us the Palpad. This is another online functional feature. Though you can use this in local communications, it basically just allows you to register your friends, and you can link with them over Wi-Fi, but you need to have been local with them first. This is kind of helpful if you, and this actually something that me and my friends used to do, was we would meet up, 4 or 5 of us would all go to one of our houses, get ourselves registered, or we'd all bring them to school, register ourselves, and then when we get home, we could battle and trade and stuff. We did this pretty much once, if I recall, but in an era where we have actual online that is semi-functional. I like Shield and Sword's Wi-Fi online, but it's not exactly great. But it's at least a lot better than, oh, you actually have to register your friends. And even now you still can't get registered friends, but that's saving your system. And so on. If you click how to and registering friends, even then you don't actually need to register them friends. You can just use that link code. You can either input friends code directly using Palpad, or you can use an IR connection function of the C-Gear. Then you can register your friend. Do you even actually need to have someone local to register? Because you can just register by putting in a code? I don't know, because I didn't really do this, and I remember doing this pretty much one time again. Now, we have all of that done, and I think it's time we do start heading out on our journey to another route. We have beaten the gym leader, so you should let us pass. Wow, a shiny gym badge! Getting yourself a badge proves your skill. You can handle whatever comes next. So now, we will head up here, and you are taunting me, you stupid little thing, because we actually can't do anything with you yet. That always bothers me when, oh hey, I have a thing right here, but you can't do anything with it, so ha 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 ha. Over here we actually have the Pokemon Daycare. I am not really going to be going over this. I didn't mean to go over here all the way. I feel invincible because I'm surrounded by the smiles of children of Pokemon. I'm not really going to go over, actually I can go over the Daycare right now because we're in a battle. The Pokemon daycare is somewhere you can leave your Pokemon and they will become stronger. Every step you take in-game is equated to 1 experience point. You cannot leave 2 Pokemon here right now, you can only leave 1, and there is another mechanic called breeding. I'm not going to be going over this because this is not really something I think is more so viable for a single player. I mean, you can definitely use it in a single-player game. I know many people who have used it in a single-player game before, and hey, another meaningful crit, David! I actually do know a number of people who have used egg moves and other sort of breeding-related mechanics to help them on their journey to a Pokemon region. I'm just not doing it, mostly because... I'm just not doing it because you can't do a majority of things breeding mechanics allow when you are doing a playthrough. A lot of things that have egg moves or, actually egg moves in general, are things you don't get until pretty late in the game, so I don't really see it as worth it to go over. Over here, we actually have our first incarnation of what is called a double battle. I'm just gonna go in with my little army of pups. We're gonna combine our strength and do our best, so watch please. So please watch. 1 + 1 is 2, right? That's actually pretty cute. That actually is pretty cute. Double battles. These are my preferred type of battling for so many reasons. I actually am a big fan of VGC, and I'm actually doing a lot of VGC lately in Shield and Sword, but I love double battles. I like how fast they go. I like how you can do a lot more strategies in double battles where you have 2 Pokemon. It makes things so much more interesting. I am just sad that there are almost no double battles in the entire region. There are very few double battles, and I do wish that there were more of them. I'm not saying, oh, make the option of having every battle be a double battle, because honestly, having double battles in every single fight would be pretty broken, if only because early game, not a lot of trainers have 2 Pokemon. And if they do, they're generally extremely weak. Also, late game. A lot of fights are very hard, and a lot of later game NPCs do have teams that are pretty much designed around single battles. So having a double battle thing would completely destroy the whole functionality of their team, and I understand why. What is with our special attack being so much lower, even though we have an attack lowering nature? What is with you, David? You must have really, really good physical IVs and really low special IVs. I'll actually have to check that later. I didn't actually check it lately. But double battles, there are not many of them, but they are very much my preferred method of fighting, just because I think they're so interesting. You can do so many strategies and so many things just to become available to you in doubles. There might be some Pokemon who have really good abilities, like we saw with Audino. Its abilities, especially Healer, is very much oriented around doubles, where it can heal an ally. It gets moves like Heal Pulse, which can heal an ally. It's something that is very, very designed for doubles, and it's just unfortunate that you don't have a whole lot of double battles. I mean, yes, there are online competitive battles that you can do double battles in, and I do that a lot, and they are very fun. And there is a Pokemon game that is all about like the 2 of them, but we'll be getting to that when we get to that, and wow, not even a level up. Come on, Pokemon, get up, go! Oh no, our Pokemon, you didn't even get to breathe the whole thing. That's one thing I don't like about this game is, oh, David is evolving. No, I don't want to evolve David. I still am not sure if I want to go with my whole strategy of Coil Leaf Blade because of our nature, but considering the fact that we are still better physically speaking... Oh, there's Jaren. Mecha, stop! We both have the true badge. Let's switch to Strug. Go, no. Mistakes have been made. Mistakes have been made. Okay, I did not expect this. Okay, I actually have to be right back because I didn't know this was coming. Oh, I am stupid. I'm an idiot. Okay, so his starter is going to be the starter with the moves. If it is a Tepig, if you chose Snivy, it will be a Tepig that is level 14, always male, with the moves Odor Sleuth, Tail Whip, Ember, and Defense Curl. If you chose Tepig, you'll have an Oshawott that is level 14, male. Held item is an... Actually, we'll go with Held item later. That it has the moves Focus Energy, which is actually really strong in this early game. Tail Whip, really devastating combination. Water Gun and Water... I take back exactly what I said about you, because Tail Whip and Water Sport and Water Gun, you have no physical move to take advantage of Tail Whip. So yeah, it has Water Sport, again, also not really helpful. I don't get why he has Tail Whip, but he has those moves, even Tail Whip. None of his moves make sense. And if you chose Oshawott, he will have a Snivy with Growth, really good actually, Leer, Vine Whip, and Wrap. So, I would probably chose Oshawott. He is the more devastating in terms of what his moves are, but I am actually a little scared right now because I am not exactly prepared for this. Also, all of the 3 Pokemon will have an Oranberry regardless of which starter you're facing. Now, that's pretty awkward, because I didn't know this was coming, and I'm also not fully healed. Oh, you chose a good move, as usual. I did not choose a good move, as usual. I guess I really just gotta hope for an accuracy drop chance on Leaf Tornado, because if... Cookie's going for Defense Claw. Okay, this is not great. I mean, it's a good thing I'm not going for physical moves, because if he goes for Ember, that can really just wreck me. Yeah, I'm going to Panport. Jeez, I can't believe I'm forgetting the names. I promised I'd get better at reading, and what are you doing? What are you actually doing, Sharon? You're supposed to be the smart one. Wow, I know that we're a lot lower level, but dang, you didn't really take a whole lot of damage from that, even though it is super effective. Again, as I said before, Tepig does have really good defensive stats. It's a lot chunkier than you would expect, and also it is slow, and we're also pretty fast, so that's actually not bad for us. And you're going for Defense Curl again. What the heck, Sharon? I said very good things of you, but that's just strange. And his last Pokemon is a Purloin. Regardless of which starter you are picking, or rather you did pick, he will always have this Purloin. His moves are Fury Swipes, Growl, Assist, and Sand Attack. Its ability is Unburden, which is not going to get off because it actually has no Held item, and it is level 12. Again, not exactly threatening, but that's the kind of thing about early game Pokemon. They don't really have good moves, or really on NPC, they just don't really have good stats. This is also kind of course, now actually, the accuracy drop is kind of useless. And wait, you can assist Ember, or can assist Defense Curl. He didn't get any. I was worried that I wasn't even healed and that I was probably gonna get beaten. With my knowledge, I can bring up the strength of my Pokemon. Sure you can. Sure you can, Sharon. What the heck? That's stupid. We defeated Pokemon Trainer Sharon. Why do you keep beating me? Maybe because you don't use attacks. Maybe that's why. I didn't even get to read the rest of his comment because I was just laughing. I see, so that's how you battle. Out of the way! Hey, it's Team Plasma Friends. What was that about? Bianca, why are you running? She's more so walking at a leisurely pace. Hey, there are people headed that way, but why are you running now? What? Again, she's not running. Oh, seriously, they run so fast. They were actually running. You weren't. Miss, oh, my Pokemon. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Don't cry. Bianca, really, why are you running? I have to hear this. They stole this. Those people stole this girl's Pokemon. You should have spoken up sooner. Honestly, she probably should have. Maxis, we're going to go get back that Pokemon. Bianca, please stay here by the girl's side. And he's actually running off, so... we can actually encounter some new Pokemon here. I'm just not going over them because we have stuff to do, and No, not a full heal. I'm gonna use the potion because we actually kind of need that. And there we go. So, we do have some new Pokemon we can go over. I'm not going over them right now because I do actually want to do this, and this is also slightly important, because I'll be going over them later when I go... Tempting, but no, I'm not doing that. There we go. They ran inside here. Maxes your Pokemon. Does he actually heal you if you say no? I can never forgive myself if you were to lose to these kinds of thugs who take other people's Pokemon. I'll wait here. Oh, wow, he actually don't heal. He doesn't heal you. That's strange. Generally, they do that, where they actually do heal you if you don't, but I guess you're not as nice as a certain man wearing a cape. Here we have Wellspring Cave, and we actually do have some Pokemon we can encounter here. I am not going over them, mostly because... Actually, I am going to be going over them, mostly to humiliate these two Grunts, because we actually just encountered... Wow, we actually encountered one of the ones I was going to go over. We have, in this cave, not Zubat, but Woobat. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of this Pokemon, but I do admit it has some strengths. It's got a very interesting type combination, Psychic and Flying, so if you are thinking, hey, that actually might be pretty good to pair with a Snivy, because it's good against Poison types, it's good against other Grass types, it's good against Bug types, it's very good against Fighting type, which we actually haven't encountered yet. But it's not exactly that great. It has really, really great speed, and that is something I have very much complimented Snivy on for, but speed is pretty much all it has, aside from a few good moves called Calm Mind and Amnesia, which it actually doesn't get at ridiculously late levels like a lot of Pokemon do that learn those moves by level up. Honestly, Calm Mind's probably the better of the two, and evolving with High Friendship means it's going to be learning those moves at the same level regardless of if you evolve it or not. So if you want, you can actually grind up Happiness or Friendship to the maximum level right now and get yourself a Swoobat. It's not terrible. It does have some interesting things because, again, Calm Mind and Amnesia, where it can fix its pretty poor special defense, though you really can't do much about that not great physical defense and pretty abysmal HP. It's got, again, good special moves, Air/Air Cutter, which are going to get that boost from Calm Mind, but again, I wouldn't really recommend it, mostly because it takes a lot of time for grinding, and having been someone who has grinded up a Friendship evolution to use, it is not fun. Take my word for it. The only difference was Togekiss was actually useful. So, we have another Pokemon, and oh boy, this is a favorite of mine, but first Sharon has something to say. Max! This bothersome bunch doesn't really have a reason to listen. A child cannot use Pokemon to its full potential. Doesn't that make Pokemon sad? It's the same thing for all your Pokemon. It's so hard for them to... Better yet, we'll just take them. I am not going to be battling this Team Plasma Grunt as the main focus. Instead, I'm going to humiliate him by going over one of my personal favorite Pokemon in the entire Unova region, Roggenrola. Those stats, as an unevolved Pokemon, aside from the special defense and speed, are really good. And I mean really, really good, and I'm not healed. Okay, this is potentially very awkward. Oh boy. But I'm also talking about this. Oh, it's using Bide. Oh, it's not good. Okay, so Bide is... Dang. Wow, that's actually really good. So I'm just going to go for that because it's not going to be kinging us. But back to Roggenrola. There's not a lot of Pokemon I remember from my first playthrough of Black and White. I remember Roggenrola, and for very, very good reasons. Its stats are fantastic. Rock is a great typing early on, as it's a good counter to the Bug types, Rock types, Rock types, Flying types, and very good defensively against Normal and Poison types. So it can pair up very well with a Snivy because it is good against or defensively resistant to the things that Snivy is weak to, or just common Pokemon in general. Speaking of Vexy, Team Plasma Grunts are saying something really quick. You don't need to return it. We only saw 2 of them around here, but now there are 4. They have doubled. How troublesome. Not only do you fail to understand it, but you actually got in our way to boot. There are 2 of us here, and 2 of you and 2 of us. We'll show you our combined power and teach you that we are right. So there are more of them then. Still, why are Pokemon robbers acting so self-righteous? Maxus, we're friends our whole lives. We can get each other's back when it counts. Let's show how it's done. I actually don't know if we are going to be doing well here because Snivy is weak, or David is pretty weak. I actually don't want to be going over the Roggenrola bio because I did forget this was a thing. This is our introduction to multi-battles. This is basically a double battle where you have 4 trainers participating. So Sharon is going to be using his Tepig, I'm going to be using my Snivy David, and Team Plasma is going to be using their Plasma Grunt Patrat. For a second I actually thought that he healed this because he had full HP on his Tepig. I was like, oh, well, they healed Snivy. No, they didn't. So he's going for Bite again, and I'm probably going to KO you. I hope I do. Please. Yes! KO. And now let's see if you can take down that other Patrat. It used it. Okay, so he uses Ember against the Team Plasma Patrat, but he doesn't use it against me when he has a type advantage. And maybe he was going easy on me, because he feels bad for me. But I won anyway, so let's see. I mean, we don't really need to do anything else. We can just hit him with the Leaf Tornado, and I'm actually going to go have to heal because I am out of BP, low on HP. This is not going to be good. Yep, and he goes down. We took out both our Pokemon. Plasma! What, did we lose? I cannot believe Team Plasma lost to such kids. I actually finished reading them at the time. So, I'm actually not... In order to liberate Pokemon from foolish people, we will take their Pokemon. But you can't take ours because we just beat you. Whatever, what a waste of time. Come on, what reason could possibly justify stealing Pokemon from people? Pokemon trainers like you are making Pokemon suffer. It's coming from the people who use a move that is entirely about a Pokemon taking damage to unleash damage. Yeah. What do you mean trainers are making Pokemon suffer? I don't get it at all. We'll give you back to Pokemon, but be aware of how this Pokemon suffers from being used by people. Someday, Team Plasma will open your eyes to your own complicity. I mean, I kind of feel like the Pokemon might be suffering because you took away a Pokemon from a trainer it cared about. Trainers bring out their Pokemon's strength. Pokemon believe in their trainers and respond to that. I don't understand what about that makes Pokemon suffer. Okay, Maxus, I'll return your Pokemon. I'll return the Pokemon, not my Pokemon. So, we did actually finish the battle, and now back to the bios. After leveling up your Roggenrola to level 25, it will evolve into the powerful Boldore. It pretty much gets better in everything in terms of better speed, which really doesn't improve a whole lot, better special defense, but it gets substantially better HP, defense, and physical attack, so it can hit a good bit harder. But pretty much none of that matters, because the second you get a Roggenrola evolved into a Boldore, you can evolve into the mighty Gigalith. This thing. Oh boy. This is what I remember from my playthrough of Black and White the first time. Yes, I said Black and White, because I had it on both of my teams. This is the only Pokemon I remember from that playthrough, and for good reason. It also is a recipient of the newly buffed Sturdy ability. Ignore weak armor, that's a thing in the modern games. Sturdy is a fantastic ability in this game. It will always leave a Pokemon at 1 HP if the hit would have been lethal, and they are at full HP, so it basically acts like a free Focus Sash. That is fantastic. But it also kind of doesn't matter because Gigalith has such naturally sizable defenses to begin with. It probably isn't going to go down to a hit unless you are using it against maybe a water or grass type that is hitting it with a super effective move that is special because it has such, again, good stats defensively. It also learns moves like Earthquake, Rock Slide, Stone Edge, all by level up, and because, again, it's a trait evolution, it does not need to stay on Evolve for a long time to actually make full use of those moves, because it gets them at the same level a Boldore would. I'm actually going to be heading back to town and go healing up. In the meantime, I'll just finish going with Gigalith. But this thing, when am I gonna finish going over one of my favorite Pokemon? Maxis, thank you so much for having me. This is actually pretty heartwarming. I'm lucky to have friends like you two. Thank you, mister. Please take this as a thank you present. So she will give us a Heal Ball. That actually is a pretty helpful item. Before you get Pokemon automatically sent to the PC by having more than 6 Pokemon, they will be in your party with the same amount of damage they received when in battle. So Heal Balls early game actually aren't that bad. They're also, for someone like me who does like to style Pokeballs, they actually are pretty good on certain Pokemon if they look thematically appropriate. Ooh, those are Heal Balls. I already went over that. But again, early game, the Heal Balls are actually pretty useful items, mostly because your Pokemon are not going to be at full HP when you catch them, most likely, and being in somewhere, actually like we are, in the middle of a dungeon, when you can't just heal them unless you use items, getting them back up to full HP, not a bad thing. But that's really it for Heal Balls. I will meet you guys back at the cave where we have to go spelunking again, because there is actually a Pokemon I would like to catch that is inside of the Wellspring Cave. And no, it's not Gigalith, as much as I freaking love that Pokemon. Now, back to Gigalith like I wanted to go before. This thing is a beast. As I said before, it has great moves, great stats, and in particular, it gets a certain move called Smackdown. This is a move that disables... Ooh, actually got a Rock Gem, that actually kind of goes well with that. This will boost the power of Rock-type moves, the Rock Gem held item, but only once. But the move Smackdown is a bit of an interesting and unique move in that it will force a Pokemon that is flying or has the ability to levitate into no longer being airborne. So it will now take damage from ground moves. There's a few Pokemon that actually are flying or have levitate ability that are damaged better by ground moves than rock moves, but in most cases, I don't think Smackdown is that necessary of a move. There's a few of them that, again, are, but in general, you're still probably going to want your rock moves. It's a novel idea, but not exactly a fantastic move in general. Okay, so the thing I was wanting to get is not really showing up. We kind of had a prelude of it when I got that Rock Gem. Right, we have how fitting with what Team Plasma was doing, TM46 Thief. Actually, can someone learn this? I might want to actually teach that, because Thief is not a bad move. It allows you to steal a held item from Pokemon, and no, only Panpour is able to learn it. It steals a held item from Pokemon. There are a couple Pokemon that do have held items, like the Roggenrola, and we actually just went over. I can hold the Hardstone or the Everstone, and those are actually two pretty useful items. The Hardstone powers up rock moves by 20% all the time and is non-consumable, and the Everstone is just a held item that outright prevents evolution of Pokemon. So I'm probably going to be here for a while trying to get the Pokemon I'm looking for, because it just doesn't want to show up. So I will be back here at some point, because this is probably going to take a while with my luck. And I do have to kind of walk slowly, because running will make the Pokemon more likely to appear. So I will meet you guys again back when I have encountered the Pokemon I am looking for.